Hello everybody, we hope you're doing well and staying safe out there. Now today we wanted to take a look at a part of the auto industry that hasn't gotten a lot of attention in the news, manufacturing. Like pretty much every facet of our lives, the coronavirus pandemic has severely impacted the auto industry. However, a lot of the coverage out there has simply been focused on the decline of sales over the last couple of months. But now, after being shut down for most of March, April, and May, car manufacturing is restarting in factories across the US and around the world. So today we're going to take an in-depth look at what car manufacturing now looks like during the coronavirus pandemic, and take a look inside several manufacturers' factories to see what they are doing to keep the hundreds of thousands of employees safe. Now before we get started, if you're new to the channel, we do tons of car reviews and comparisons across all brands, as well as car tech tutorials, first looks at new products, and auto news like this video. So make sure to subscribe, and we sincerely appreciate your support. Now like I said at the beginning, most manufacturers either plan to reopen their factories soon or have already opened their factories within the last couple of weeks. But of course, it's not just as simple as reopening the doors and calling it good. These factories employ thousands of people, like for example the Toyota factory that is about a half an hour from us in Kentucky. It is Toyota's largest manufacturing facility in the world and currently employs over 8,000 full-time workers. So it's very clearly a massive undertaking to re-envision an entire factory in such a way to keep thousands of employees safe at all times. The new precautionary measures start outside the doors and continue until the employees leave to go back home. The first step of the process is getting employees into the factory and making sure no one ill is omitted. For both Ford and Toyota, who we're using as the basis for this video, that starts before the employees ever arrive. Each worker uses an app to complete a daily self-check of symptoms, and they will not be allowed inside without completing this. Now once they actually arrive, it's time for them to line up for fever checks. Now most of the employees are assigned to certain entry points, and of course they are required to stand 6 feet apart as they wait in line. Now these are no contact temperature checks, so they are able to just walk by and get a reading within a matter of seconds. Now even though of course having a fever does not 100% mean you have the coronavirus, if the fever is above 100.4 degrees, both manufacturers will go ahead and send that employee home. Additionally, all employees are required to wear a face mask at all times while they're inside of the factory. They can use their own cloth mask that they may have at home, or the automaker will give them disposable ones every single day. Now once they actually get inside the factory, employees have had to make big changes to how they actually conduct their jobs. One of the biggest changes is the reorganization of the assembly lines. Many of the jobs were already 6 feet apart, but some of the jobs have had to be restructured to make sure that social distancing can be followed at all times. In a few of the cases where that cannot happen, they are asking that employees wear an additional face shield in addition to their mask. There have also been 6-foot markings added to the floor, and in many cases the assembly line will also slow down by a certain degree.
First priority in a situation like that is health and health protection. And what we are doing in discussion also with various teams and various authorities is to look at each and every workstation. And one of the measures we take into account if there is a critical situation is mouth-nose protection. And we also produce this protection in our plant here in Sindelfingen.
Now of course inside of a factory, most people only think of the assembly line, but there's a lot of jobs, if not the majority of jobs, that are actually outside of the assembly line. So as far as your workstations, those are going to be spaced out, of course, by that 6-foot measurement, and plastic dividers are going to be added. Toyota is also discouraging non-essential communication, and if you have to have an in-person meeting, it must be with 10 people or less. Now, furthermore, there is another aspect, and that's going to be communal spaces, all the areas that people share outside of their work areas. This is perhaps one of the biggest challenges, actually, because there's so many people that pass through certain areas and touch certain things. Now, one of the things that both manufacturers have been doing is marking pathways that allow people to maintain an adequate distance from other work areas. There are also additional markings for managers who are, say, monitoring the assembly line to make sure they stay an adequate distance away from the actual workers. And then obviously additional cleaning has been introduced on a regular basis. In Toyota's case, they were very specific about it by saying they added 6 minutes of time to clean all the touch points for every period, which may sound insignificant, but you're talking about on an assembly line that moves at a really quick pace. So 6 minutes is actually a pretty substantial amount of time to take out for every period to make sure all those things that are critical and things that are touched frequently are sanitized. And kind of circling back to those markings, those also go for seating as well as a lot of other things, just to make sure that there's no guesswork for an employee when they walk into a room or something like that. All the seating, if it is not within the 6 feet, they go ahead and remove it and mark it with a red X just to make sure that no one sits there. Additionally, inside of the bathrooms, half of the urinals and sinks will be eliminated unless they can use a 7-foot barrier in between them to make sure that everybody is safe. And finally, the last communal changes are going to be the elimination of microwaves, coffee makers, water fountains except for the bottle filling kind, and vending machines. Now, at this point in the video, you may be wondering about coronavirus testing itself, if the employees are screened at a regular interval or something like that. As of now, that's not really going to be the case, except for when they present symptoms. Now, if an employee starts to present symptoms, that's where they will be referred to get a test. Now, this part's going to vary a lot factory to factory, but most factories are in the process of getting a lot of tests available on location. Now, as far as Ford, inside of their largest plants, which are going to be in Southeast Michigan, Louisville, Kentucky, Kansas City, and Chicago, those places will have a coronavirus test right there on site. Suspected employees will be able to get a test right there on the spot, and they will be able to get results in about 24 hours thanks to a partnership with the local hospitals in those areas. This is a point that Ford does emphasize because it does give them the ability to do a special deep cleaning, which involves completely closing off the area, as well as advanced contact tracing to tell all the individuals that they've come into contact with to go on a 14-day quarantine if that test comes back positive.
Produced the first ventilator in 3 days, and in less than a month have produced 600 ventilators for the American people. I couldn't be more inspired.
So as you can see by this point, it is a very extensive process to keep cars rolling out of the factories while still keeping people safe. It has really involved a fundamental change in the way these factories operate, and is yet another example of the coronavirus impacting all areas of society. But anyways, we hope you enjoyed. Please subscribe and make sure you stay safe out there.